Today marks my last day in this apartment. Yay! I got this place last Christmas and my dad told me, oh, I'm not going to renew this rent. Crying for months, not for months, for like weeks when I realized that I could not pay my rent. What some of you guys don't know is that I was engaged then. Yeah. So then I was thinking, oh, it's either I'm going to be married or I'm not going to be in the country. I might still cry tonight before I go to bed, but that's not important, okay? I'm like, oh, I can't afford it. And then they made offers. Oh my god, I got so many offers. I will not lie to you, being a good girl is Today marks my last day. Let me not be too loud, so in case some of you are plugged. Today marks my last day in this apartment. Yay! I'm happy now, but I was crying for months, not for months, for like weeks when I realized that I could not pay my rent. So how this place came about was I was working on the island, my parents are on the mainland, and then they thought, oh, the stress would be too much for our girl, let's get her somewhere to stay. Since I was supposed to move to Canada, but then that was kind of delaying, so they were like, since she's working, let's just get her a place that she can stay. I was staying with my uncle in Chevron before that, but I was not comfortable there, so I stayed with them for like 3 months. It was time 3 or 4 months. It was time to move. So I got this place last Christmas and I moved in, started living here in January, and I stopped working in July. And from the get-go, my dad told me, oh, I'm not going to renew this rent. If you want to stay here, like if you are still in the country until next Christmas, you are going to find a way to renew it. I said, Daddy, don't worry. Then what some of you guys don't know is that I was engaged then. Yeah. So last year I was not engaged. There was no like ring on my finger, there was no engagement party, but he was planning an engagement party. And then I called things off a few days to the engagement because it was not working out for me. But he had already, told me that the reason I'm with you is, we need to get married. He had his dad reach out to my dad behind my back. One of the things that I was like, he had his dad reach out to my dad. So I knew he was serious about the marriage. So then I was thinking, oh, it's either I'm going to be married or I'm not going to be in the country. So there will be no need to renew the rent. But now I've kind of gotten used to this place. And then in September, my visa came out in January. I paid my school fees and all that, bought my tickets in July. But in September, I told my dad that I don't feel like going anywhere. I don't know how to do menial jobs, you guys. Like, I'm terrified of being by myself. And if people that know me, you know that I'm a homebody. Like, I don't have friends. My family members are my friends, my besties, my sister. Like, taking me away from my family is going to be disastrous because I don't have people that like I can talk and open up to. Aside from my family members, they are my support system. I've always been like home, did not school away from home, secondary school, university. I was very, very close to my parents' house all this time. I was not like the rest of my siblings. So I told my dad I don't want to do it. And then in October, that was a month after I said I'm not going to Canada anymore, I realized that I'm not going to be able to pay this rent. So that means I'm going to have to move back to my parents' house. And it's sad, but that time has come. Tomorrow is Christmas, and how I'm going to be spending my Christmas is I am going to be packing out of this place. See, my big box that used to be there is no longer there. It's on the floor somewhere here. So what I'm going to be doing tomorrow, which is Christmas, is moving out of this place. I've been sad about it, but it's time to be over it, move on, and you know, just see what life has for me. I'm a very live in the moment type of person. I live in the moment, okay? So I've gotten over it, and I might still cry tonight before I go to bed, but that's not important, okay? Look at me, that's not important. But I'm excited for this new chapter, because I know that once I go back to my parents' place, I'm going to be like, no, I need to hustle. I don't have the money to pay this rent. Even if I had that exact amount in my account, it's not be wise for me to spend that exact amount and then not be able to buy new wigs, book a ride, go outside, buy food, buy sweets. Those are the type of things I love to, you know, spend my money on. So it's not be wise for me to pay. This rent is ridiculously high because this is opposite VGC. My estate is opposite VGC, and things here are ridiculously high. So I'm not even going to. So that's what I have to say. I know a lot of people are going to be saying, "Oh, just go and work, and just like working will solve paying millions in rent." How much was my last salary? It was less than 100k. That was more like an unpaid internship that I was doing at where I was working, but it was not for me. The stress was too much, and I was not even active on social media at that time. The stress was too much, and the pay was close to nothing. So I've already spoken about it in my previous YouTube, but I got some offers from, you know, people that I started talking to this period, that it's just something that I brought up then when I realized that, oh, I couldn't pay it. I brought it up in conversations like, oh, you know, I'm going to be moving out soon. When they ask, so where do you stay? I'm like, oh, this is where I stay, but I'm going to be moving out soon because I can't afford my rent. And then they asked why. I'm like, oh, I can't afford it. And then they made offers. Oh my God, I got so many offers. I will not lie to you. Being a good girl is I got so many offers, but I could not do the things that they were asking me to do for my rent and some change in meaning millions, but still it's some change to me. So I could not do the things that people were asking me to do for my rent money. So I said, you guys, don't worry, God got me, okay? Don't worry, I'm going to be okay. I'm going to move out. It's not going to be the end of my life. I know I'm not so young anymore. That's what people like to tell me when they're dropping offers like, oh, I could pay for you, do this. You're not young anymore. Why are you waiting for your daddy to pay for you? Okay. I would rather wait for my daddy to pay for me in my old age than do some things that doesn't sit right with me. So I was like, I'm not going to now start dating someone because of my rent, or start any type of relationship or situationship because of my rent money. I'm good. I'm good. So I wish I had the mind though, because those girls that be just, you know, they're living life, but it's okay. One day